you're thinking about this going into 2026 and you're feeling like Amazon is getting harder and harder, you're not alone. Now we're running this playbook and using it to really have transformational impacts on products. This is the before and after of basically what we call spillover commerce. Total sales went from 31K to 195K. What's more impressive to me is we went from losing 13,000 to making 29,000, starting from absolutely scratch, like starting from zero. One thing that Amazon sellers have as an advantage is they can start running ads to their store, and even if they're able to break even on that activity, there's going to be a massive spillover effect onto Amazon. Let me show you a bunch of other companies that are doing this and proof that they're doing it. The first one that I wanted to talk about was because they are the best seller on Amazon.
We'll share the playbook in the description so people can download it. First of all, how to do it the right way, and second, how to avoid these mistakes. Hi everyone, welcome on Amazon Expert Monday. Some Monday we interview Amazon experts who share some tips, some nuggets, and today we are with Finston again to share something really special to have the bestseller rank on Amazon fast with a new technique. We were talking about it just before, so can you tell me a little bit more about it? Like, what can you do and what are the results you get with that?
Yeah, so we kind of observed this happening, and then we because so first of all, it's called spillover commerce. That's the way that we've named it because it's a very specific playbook. You need to do a few specific things. The thing that we realized is we used to think that getting the bestseller badge on Amazon was it wasn't worth the money and effort you have to put in, but I changed my mind about that. We've been proven wrong. And since then, we've been able to start going after it. So we have 11 active clients right now. We are a boutique agency, to say the least. We don't necessarily want a lot of clients. But, we started running this playbook for some of our clients. We currently have 3 bestseller badges in the agency. And so now we're running this playbook and using it to really have transformational impacts on products that works even better for premium products. So it's like, if you're thinking about this going into 2026 and you're feeling like Amazon is getting harder and harder and feeling like the game's getting worse and worse, you're getting squeezed from every different angle, ad costs are going up, Amazon's adding new bullshit fees, you're not alone. Like why is there a long-term storage fee and a fee for if you go too low in stock? Like, that's crazy to me. Anyways, so like, we were feeling like Amazon's getting harder and harder, and spillover commerce has been the thing that has gotten me so excited about selling on Amazon again and selling on the internet again. I feel like it's 2019 all over again. So
that's good. And it's not only about having the bestseller badge, it's about growing the profit. Can you show me some result with this technique?
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I feel like I've teased everyone enough. These are the results that we've got from one of our clients. And so here, I'm going to hit play. By the way, if anyone wants a copy of these slides, I'm going to send them to Nassuf so you can give them your email and get these slides. I mean, they'll be on our website too, but this is Nassuf's podcast. So this is the before and after of basically what we call spillover commerce. So this is the before period and this is the after day period. They're 73 days each. I made this case study on November 17th. I don't really have a thing for a 73-day period. It's just like, I was so hyped. I couldn't wait any longer to make this. So total sales went from 31K to 195K. Ad spend jumped, but proportionally. What's more impressive to me is we went from losing 13,000 to making 29,000. And the thing is, like, I wanted to make this case study before Black Friday started because I didn't want to fudge the numbers and be like, this is the best playbook ever. Yeah, anything looks amazing when you're in the middle of Black Friday. So this is the full before and after. And you'll notice right away, basically, we took in the before period, we didn't have any Facebook ads in Shopify. And so we installed basically a winning playbook of Facebook ads and Shopify onto an already successful Amazon business. And the results were transformational. Like, it's nothing short of transformational. And, we can get into some of like the details. This is like the Shopify before and after. I mean, 0 to anything is kind of interesting. but we've got like seller board screenshots, and I'm kind of breezing through this because I wanted to show you the triple whale screenshots, which is kind of like the Shopify sellers version of seller board. So you can kind of see like, look, we were able to make quite a profit in a short period of time, starting from absolutely scratch, like starting from zero. But this is just one company doing it. And the thing is, it kind of feels too good to be true. So I'd rather just show you a bunch of companies are doing it because there's so many more.
Was the first goal to just launch a Shopify store, or what was the goal initially?
It wasn't just to launch a Shopify store. The goal is to launch a Shopify store that is profitable, that has a positive impact on your Amazon business as well. Because one thing that Amazon sellers have as an advantage is they can start running ads to their Shopify store, and they will, even if they're able to break even on that activity, there's going to be a massive spillover effect onto Amazon. And that spillover effect, we call it the Amazon spillover effect or Amazon overflow effect, where if you put them in your shoes, like imagine you go onto you're on Facebook, you're kind of just like liking your niece's photos, at least that's what I'm doing. And you get an ad for Craft Mix, or you get an ad for these really cool gummy bears or something. Then maybe you click through that ad and you click in and say like, hey, really cool. I'm so excited to be seeing this product. But then you probably also go on to Amazon and you search that same brand, especially in the US, right? Like you'd be like, oh, wow, they're the best seller on Amazon too. Like, why would I bother buying off this website that I don't trust? I might have to pay for shipping. It might be more expensive than I want to spend.
And just to be delivered quickly, basically.
Yeah, to be delivered really quickly. Like, I don't have to pay for shipping for sure. Maybe I'm having a party tonight, so I want this cocktail mix, something like that. But there's also a big proportion of people who click through onto that website and say, oh my God, this is a way better deal than it is on Amazon. This is like this ideal goal for me. And so, or this is like the ideal product for me. Why would I buy off Amazon? That's a fool's errand. They're charging an arm and a leg. Like, why wouldn't I just wait one day extra on shipping and get a way better deal on this product? And so that's kind of like what the different consumers are doing. So let me show you a bunch of other companies that are doing this and proof that they're doing it. So the first one that I wanted to talk about was Hatch, because they are the best seller on Amazon, which is honestly pretty cool. And I think the thing, like, this is really their best seller. Like, this is the product, I think, they sold 20K of in a month. This one is maybe a little bit less, and then this one's even more premium. But here's what's interesting. Let's click into their category. So you click here, bestseller in nursery lights. Look at all their competition. Look at how much more expensive they are than even everybody else. Nobody is above $25 here, and they're absolutely dunking on them. They're the best seller, and I bet you their PPC costs are much lower than everyone else's. They're showing up at the top of the page and top of search results for every major keyword. I went in and I did some helium-10 reverse lookups, and you might be saying to yourself, like, how did they manage to pull this off? Like, they have way more sales and way more reviews than everyone else, except Echo Glow. I'm pretty sure Echo is actually from Amazon. And so you might say to yourself, okay, great. Well, what are they doing differently? This is their Facebook ads library. They are spending a ton of money on Meta, sending it all to their Shopify website, and then gaining that overflow traffic back to Amazon, which is what's leading to them being the best seller ahead of an Amazon product, like an Amazon-owned brand. Amazon Echo, they're beating Amazon at their own game, and they're doing it by being better at advertising. So does that make sense?
That's huge. That's huge.
Yeah.
Do you know approximately how much you have to pay in Meta ads? Because you don't pay for Amazon PPC, but obviously you make some ads on Meta. Is it more profitable on Meta?
So we're kind of getting into the finer points right now, but you can do it. You can be more like it can be cheaper or it can be more expensive on Meta depending on your strategy and depending on a lot of things. Meta has a different model. They charge on cost per thousand impressions, and on Amazon they charge per click, cost per click. And so what you can kind of do with Meta is if you set up the right kind of offer, you can make your Meta ads profitable thanks to that offer. And then the spillover effect makes Amazon like your Amazon sales more profitable. And so it's kind of like you got to make sure you have the right offer for the right audience for the right channel. So we'll get into like the how a little bit later, but I just wanted to show you like so it doesn't seem like I'm making this up, right? So that's Hatch. Here's Groons. Groons is the bestseller in spirulina herbal supplements. But you know, they're charging between $50 and $70 for gummy bears. And if you think Hatch, so first of all, Hatch was doing 2.2 million. They're doing 5.7 million in the last 30 days. So they're even bigger. So we come over here and we look at Grooms. And they have 730 ads running right now. And they're having a blowout sale on both Amazon and on Shopify. Now, what's crazy is I actually think Groons could be doing even better than they're currently doing. So if you work for Groons, call me. But like I actually think Groons is the worst example on all these because I went through a bunch of their Shopify pages, and they don't tailor their offers based on different niches.
Okay, we will go into the detail to know exactly what are the techniques and how to do it the right way. Yeah.
Yeah, but look at Groons' category. They've got some stiff competition. Like Bloom, huge. AG1, gigantic. And look, Bloom is way cheaper than them. So like they obviously could be making a dent, and they've got more reviews, they've got better reviews. So like clearly they're doing something right. Then there's these guys who are in like every grocery store. We have this product at my house. I found it the other day. And then the one that really, really jumped out at me is because like some of these are like big brands, you know, they've got backing, but Kate's Naturals is selling for $9.99. $9.99, and they can't get up to the top of the bestseller in their category. If I was Kate's Naturals, I would be furious because like Groons is selling gummy bears and absolutely dunking on them, as are all these other guys. But like this is spirulina powder. These are, you know, greens powders with spirulina in them. This is just a gummy bear. And like, look at how big of a disparity. Like that's the power of, and I went and looked, Kate Naturals is not running any Meta ads right now. And that's probably why they are not winning. And, you know, like, so that's another thing is, you know, we come in here and we look at Groons. Obviously they are doing quite well. Now, but the last two companies, they definitely did have some partnerships with like influencers and stuff like that. But that is not the only way to pull this off. Like the companies we do this for do not have any influencers or budget for influencers, that kind of thing. But that doesn't mean that this is not possible. But that's just like another example in a completely different niche, in a completely different type of product. But like the price disparity is even bigger. So does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. We're going to do one more example because you and I were laughing about this before. We're going to call it the tale of two Kardashians. So Let Me Sleep. Lemmy the Brand by Kourtney Kardashian has 180 active ads on Amazon or on Meta right now. And if you click through, they're absolutely crushing it on their website. Now, one of the things that's really cool about that is if you come over here, they're also the bestseller in chamomile herbal supplements. So they're the best-selling sleep gummy on Amazon as well. And if you look, they're selling maybe for not as they're maybe playing a little bit of a game, but their product definitely does have chamomile in it, and they're still one of the best sellers on Amazon. So with that said, I mean, like, look at all these people selling pills and all these other things on on here and kind of getting dunked on by one of the Kardashians. So again, they are doing everything right. They've sold 20,000 units of this product in the last 30 days. And yeah, they are crushing it. Now let's talk about the other Kardashian, Kylie Cosmetics by Kylie Jenner. This product has only sold 500 units in the last 30 days. Now, I'm not looking to disparage the Jenners or the Kardashians. You know what? Enough people say negative things about them. I'm not trying to do that. What I am trying to say is they could be selling a lot more product. You know, first of all, they're getting hijacked. But another thing to point out is this is a product that people want. You know, Kylie Cosmetics definitely has search volume on Amazon. 4,100 searches a month. And if you come over here, Kylie Cosmetics has 4.2 million followers on Meta. So, you know, maybe Kylie says, I don't want to sell on Amazon. But what I would say back to that is people are buying on Amazon whether you like it or not. And so if I were them, I would be looking at this and saying, well, somebody else is either making these 500 sales a month, or we are just going to do everything in their power to keep these products off of Amazon. But the big problem is they could be making a lot more money and capturing all this ad spend they have coming from Meta. I'm pretty sure they also have TikTok traffic, and it's all being pushed to their website, but they should be pushing it to their website and also to Amazon, because realistically, this is just a wide open playbook for them, and they're not taking advantage of it.
How to do it the right way? That's super interesting. So I have two questions actually. First of all, how to do it the right way, and second, you showed me a brand just before, and you told me that it wasn't done the right way. There were some mistakes. So how to avoid these mistakes?
Yeah. Okay. So the thing is, you kind of need to have the building blocks in place in order for this whole playbook to work, right? So there are three things that we've kind of identified. The first one is Amazon product market fit. So this is not going to work if you just you're thinking about launching for the very first time on Amazon and Meta or Amazon and Shopify. This is not the playbook for you. What this really works for is an Amazon brand. It actually works better for premium brands. So as the economic outlook gets worse, this is a playbook for premium brands, because it sounds bad to say, but there's always going to be a market for premium. It might shift, it might change, it might not always be the same size, but there's always going to be a market for premium. If you look back in history, I think there are plenty of examples of that. LVMH and all the brands that LVMH owns is a great example, so that is the first thing. There's always going to be a market for premium, but you got to make sure that you have Amazon product market fit, ideally premium Amazon product market fit. So if you're doing $5,000 a month trying to sell $100 versions of the same thing you can buy for $20, that's not really an angle. You got to have an angle and a reason why your product already works on Amazon, and then the desire to grow. So that's the first one. The second one is what we call meta market fit. So meta market fit, instead of, you call it Facebook market fit or Instagram market fit, but because Facebook changed their name to Meta, we just call it meta market fit. So you need to be able to prove that there is another brand that is similar enough to you that is doing the same kind of thing. So
on Meta.
On Meta. So, and a lot of the times they will be brands that are doing it, but then not doing it on Amazon. That's when you've really hit a gold mine, because there's going to be somebody with just only an only a Meta product, and you're going to be able to go onto Meta and Amazon and kind of just outspend them because you have more ways to profit. And then the final one is platform specific offers. So if you try to, and this is what Grooms is screwing up, in my opinion, is they aren't selling different products on different channels. So everyone who sells on Amazon for a long time knows that Amazon will crawl your website and make sure that you're not offering it for less money on your website than you are offering it on Amazon. And that's been something that's been established for years. But what Amazon doesn't do, and what Amazon couldn't possibly do, is figure out that you're offering a bundle of your products for less money per product on your website than you are on Amazon, you know? So if Let Me Sleep sells a 3-pack of gummies for the cost of 2 on their website, Amazon's like bot isn't going to crawl their website and be like, actually, we're going to take you down off of Amazon because you're offering this different thing. And, you're doing 3 for 2, which is technically less. Like, that's just not something they want to get into. And then the other thing too is like, as soon as you bundle 2 different products, that's a different thing. That's a different SKU altogether. And so that's another way that you can offer something different that Amazon's not going to take you down for. So the general idea there is the same thing. And it also goes the other way. But you need to have an offer that works for people who are on Meta and are going to go to your website and think, this is awesome, I want to buy this. And then the other way is true too. You need to have an offer that fits the typical Amazon shopper and is what we in the past have called like a rankable product. So if you think about it, Let Me Sleep, I keep coming back to them because I'm so impressed with everything they're doing. But like, they offer a 30-day supply of their product on Amazon. I bet you, like, one of the things that I think is really good about that is it gives the shopper a good trial entry point. Like, if you need to have a $70 product on Meta in order for your Meta ads to break even or be profitable, but you also only have that $70 product on Amazon, it's not going to work. What you need to do is have like a $19.99 variation of your product that's only available on Amazon and a $70 bundle version of your product that's only available on only available on Shopify. And then have those 2 channels running parallel so that shoppers who care about getting a better deal and having a better relationship with your brand, they will buy from Shopify. And shoppers who just want fast shipping and like a good, cheap version of your product, they buy it from Amazon. And so like the platform specific offers is the thing that for some reason, it doesn't seem like most brands figured this out yet. And that's why I brought up these ones, because they all figured it out in interesting ways that I think a lot of different companies can learn from.
Super interesting.
Those are the things. Yeah.
Do you see them making some link from Shopify to Amazon, like for specific offer, you click and you are redirected to Amazon, or you just let the user navigate through the different platforms?
Yeah, I would definitely prefer to let the users navigate themselves. Shoppers are smart. Anyone who thinks that a shopper in 2025 or in 2026 is like not incredibly intelligent and great at getting exactly what they want is crazy. Shoppers time and time again prove that they know what's up. They work hard for their money and they're not really looking to just waste it anywhere. So, and then if you do offer a click through to Amazon, I don't think that's really a good use of your hard-earned website real estate. I'd rather spend more time trying to really sell on my website more instead of spending more time kind of focusing on how I can like direct somebody to Amazon. So I think it would be a mistake, in my opinion, to do the whole like send people to Amazon from your website. I have seen brands do that. I haven't seen it work.
Okay, got it. And regarding the creative, like when you launch ads on Meta, you have to launch a lot of creatives. What is your process for that? Do you have a specific process, work with agencies, AI?
So yeah, when it comes to the implementation of this, right? So like you need to start with actual humans. You can do AI later once, but like the thing is you need to figure out what it is that's going to work for your brand first. And so one of the easiest ways to figure that out is to, research your competitors quite in depth. Make sure you really understand what their creative is, what their creative process is. Like, well, maybe not their creative process because you'll never know, but like understand what works, why you think it works, have a bunch of hypotheses, and and then go and get all the creative out like from somewhere. And so yeah, we work with like partner agencies. Like this is a heavy lift and it takes a lot of experts to kind of get this done, but the results are unbelievable. So that, that's why it's worth it. And so the way that we approach the creatives is kind of twofold. Deep research by humans, like we're not AIing it. So deep human research, and then calling in the big guns when it comes to making sure we have creative that works. And then kind of like setting up a creative pipeline so that anytime we need more creative, we have the graphic designers ready. We have the influencers we like working with ready. We have like good tracking set up. Like there's all this pre-work that goes into doing this, you know? So that's probably why people don't do it. It's because even if the results can be amazing, it's like, who wants to project manage this? Apparently only us. Like, only we are dumb enough to do this.
That's great. So to summarize, you can bring traffic to Amazon from Meta to your Shopify. Some people will buy on Shopify. Some will search on Amazon and buy your product. One of the side effects is that you can have the bestseller rank, which will improve your ranking on your category, make more sale. And you have to work with human to know what works well on Facebook and do the right creative and iterate on that, right?
Yeah. The only other thing I'd say is this playbook is really exciting for companies who have a product that's worth more. You know, like imagine you're a brand that's been getting beat up on Amazon for years because you're the more expensive version of whatever. You know, like that's actually how we discovered this playbook, because we were one of the brands who was selling a product who actually did the safety testing. And then everyone else just didn't and charged half. And so we figured out this playbook as a way to keep this product in the brand's catalog. So it's the thing I just wanted to add to that is like, you can have a higher price on Amazon and win and beat Amazon. Like Hatch is beating Amazon Echo. That is so crazy. But that's, you know, that's the thing. That's what's going on with Amazon.
Shin, thank you very much for sharing that. Like, I'm in the right nuggets navigating through it. So that's very interesting. We'll share the playbook in the description so people can download it. And we'll share your link. So if people want to reach you, they can reach you directly from the description. Thank you for being here, and see you soon with another golden nugget.
Thanks so much. All right. Talk soon.
Talk soon.